Hello everyone, welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for this edition of YBMcast, powered by Game 7 Baseball, Game7Baseball.com. Today we have our Legion Baseball Talk segment, and I want to introduce Darrell Daily to my right here from the Wentzville Post 323.
Yes, sir.
Bingo.
Yeah, right on it.
That's right. And, it's interesting. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. That's what this is about. We're trying to, when we started, we've been working with Missouri American Legion Baseball for the last 3 years. I think there's some great momentum going. And it was interesting because it was Rick Anselm.
Yes.
That had connected me with Tom Rhodes. Mm-hmm. And, he was a big part of that Wentzville program and whatnot for
Rick
a lot of years.
Rick is still our director.
He is still the director.
He's still the director.
Good.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I know.
Talk to him all the time.
Well, and I know he was big into that, and I know he's an assistant coach there at Holt.
Yes, sir.
With Coach Perkle.
Yes.
And so it's there's a lot of great baseball people involved still in American Legion.
Absolutely is, yes. I totally agree with that. It's just a great program. Legion's some tough baseball. I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
The league is tough.
So let's talk about, Wentzville. When was the last time, how long it had been since you guys had teams?
I'm not sure what the gap was, but we've been in it 4 years now. Mm-hmm. And I started it when my oldest son was in 8th grade. We had the opportunity through Rick. He was related to an assistant coach of mine and told me about there's an opportunity to continue baseball with our team. And we started early. We were 8th graders playing against high schoolers, but we took a chance, and it's been a lot of fun. And I wanted an opportunity for my sons to play further than just Little League and keep going, and it was just a great opportunity, and it's a great league.
There you go. So you've had this now. So Wentzville, I haven't seen much. I didn't see much the last couple of years. We got to do a little bit more. I got to get some more information from you guys.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, because I didn't know you had teams prior to this year.
I did, yes. We started out with one. That was my oldest son, and then my goal was to grow it as we went. So this year we're up to 2. I'm coaching both the senior league and the freshman league. So We don't have a AA this year, but we have 2 now. So we're getting bigger. We had a great turnout last year in tryouts for both teams, and we're able to fill the full rosters, 18 men on both. So
you got 18 on both teams.
18 on both
teams.
That's
Awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like that number.
Yeah.
Even at the freshman level, I like that number. That's a matter of pitching and having enough.
You can never have enough pitching in baseball. It doesn't matter what age group or what league, you never have enough pitching.
So talk to us about the program in that respect, as far as, what schools are you pulling from?
Generally the 4 Wentzville schools, which are Holt, Timberland, Liberty, and North Point, and then also St. Dominic. That's our general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have St. Dominic as well, so that's generally what we pull from.
So talk to us. How are you guys, developing relationships there with some of the schools, some of the coaches, talking with players? How many, where are most of the kids on your team, where are they coming from?
Generally, Holt and Timberland and North Point are the most. We have a few Liberties, but it's generally those 3 schools. And I do have several from St. Dominic. So a lot of it is the kids' word of mouth. They're enjoying it, so they're telling their teammates. We're getting more and more kids that way. Also, some kids are coming over from club teams. They want to try something different and see what Legion Ball's about. So I got a lot of them last year, too.
How many games did you set a number as to how many games you wanted to play? And what is that based on as far as how you set that in motion?
Well, the way I set it up, the freshmen have 8 teams, so you're only going to play 14 league games. So my goal was to get them at least 25. But then the freshman league this year, we had 3 tournaments as well, so we got closer to 30 games. So, which was great because it's a hard road league. Most of these kids are playing more baseball in a short period of time than they ever have, but they've enjoyed it for the most part. And it's the fatigue factor sets in sometimes. You can tell when they're getting tired. But I said 25 is usually what I'm looking for, right in that range, counting tournaments. So I would like to, both teams played about that many this year.
You think about, it's because it's Memorial Day is usually the kickoff there.
Tournament there.
Yeah,
for freshmen,
and so beginning of July, you're talking about 30 games in 6 weeks.
Yes, it's a lot of games.
45.
Yeah.
So people go 6 weeks. Oh, that's a long time. No, 30 games in 45 days.
Yes, and that's why you never have enough pitching.
Right.
We have some strict rules that we follow to the letter, about the pitching counts and stuff and how much rest they have to have. And so you can never have enough guys for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's your goal? How are you presenting this? Are you able to talk to the kids, or how are the high school coaches? Are you developing those relationships?
I've reached out to a couple of them, talked to them occasionally, and I said it's mainly through the kids, though. The relationships are built that way because if they're enjoying my program, they're going to tell their teammates, and that's the easiest way to do it.
How are you setting the program in motion? Because regardless, we there are going to be those kids who just want to continue to play baseball, maybe not looking at college and whatnot. But how do you mesh the two with the kids that want to play moving on into college? And what's the development process?
Well, I'm big on fundamentals. We teach that as soon as we get the team set, and we start on that practicing through the fall and fall ball. And I work on, I call it baseball IQ. You've got to work on the mental game because it's great. You can catch the ball, but if you don't know where to throw it, that's a big problem. So I work on the mental game really hard with the kids.
If you can't catch it, we don't.
Right.
That's that first.
And then I explain to the kids who do want to play in college that we have a showcase and things like that. And let's play towards that. And I tell them scouts do come to the games, as we play some pretty good programs that are really followed. Washington being one, they're incredible every year. So,
well, and this year, Missouri American Legion Baseball partnered with Prep Baseball for the Scout Day.
Yes, sir.
Which is, I think, a huge piece moving forward to that. So when you're talking about development, is that a big piece for the kids when they come and talk to you about, if I play American Legion Baseball? Because really, honestly, there aren't very many. And I know this, we were talking with Kevin on the show this week. And that's one of the things. Most of the scouts are not coming to games anymore.
Yeah, not near as much as they were. No, you're correct. Yeah.
And so I think it does change the format a bit, and it is about development, playing the game the right way.
Absolutely.
Are you committed to just playing the game well?
Right. And there's a lot of teaching involved with that. I love that part of the game.
Yeah.
But it's, to me, the IQ is where it's at. You have to get them up to speed in that. Most kids at this level can catch the ball, right? But
you would,
yeah, and they can, and but sometimes the right base, the right cutoff man, things like that, you have to teach that stuff, and that's.
When you talk about IQ, kind of define a few of those things for us here.
Well, like I just said, with throwing to the right base, throwing to the cutoff man, knowing if you play first base and there's a runner on second, are you the cutoff man for 2 outfielders or 3? In this case, you're the cutoff for center field and right field. Mm-hmm. Third baseman takes left field. A lot of them have to be taught that, and things like that. Throwing not just to the right base, but knowing the situation of the game, shall we say. You got to know there's 1 out or 2 outs, right? It's simple, but it's something that's got to be ingrained, because if you're not throwing to the right base when there's one, when you potentially could get a double play and you throw to first because you thought there were 2 outs, it's just you got to teach the situations as well.
Yeah, situational baseball.
Situational baseball, yes,
absolutely. Sir. And I think that's an important thing. I see it so much where you see pitchers not know where to go.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
And then you'll see a pitcher cut off the baseball coming home. And you're like, why aren't you behind the catcher?
And it's a simple. Well, that I was just going to bring that up with the catcher. Your catcher's kind of your field general.
Yeah.
But some kids got to have it put in their mind. Hey, you got to listen to this guy. He sees the whole field. Right. You can't just take matters into your own hands, like you said. Cut the ball off. When the catcher's screaming, let it go, and you cut it off, then there's a communication problem.
Did you hear me say cut?
Exactly. So
and why are you standing there in the first place?
Communication's as big as the situational stuff. So, I mean, it's a big deal in baseball. You got to talk.
How, from starting, especially, I always said to look at this from especially the freshman team. From the beginning of the season, what do you see in these kids? Where's their development process?
Well, I think we have worked very hard on the situational and the not just the situational, but knowing the baseball IQ part again. We worked because that was where I thought we were lacking in the beginning. So we talk about it all the time, where to throw, remind them in games constantly where to throw, and I like to talk on the field, so they hear me. I tell them where to throw, stuff like that. But to me, that's just as important as, fielding ground balls over and over and again. They have to know how to play the game the right way.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
When and I think this is important, especially you got the freshman squad. They're in high school. How does that? What do you talk about? How that translates. Are you going to make your high school team? Because when you're talking about Timberland, North Point,
big schools,
Liberty,
big schools,
Holt. Yeah. Now Holt's gotten a little small because of everything around, but still
they've lost some enrollment. Yes,
I mean that's been a team. Holt's is a big time baseball tradition in the GAC.
Absolutely, some of the best pitching around here was Holt,
right? And you're talking about the GAC itself. You're talking about 2 Class 6 schools and a Class 5 school that I think North Point could end up being another Class 6 school.
If it keeps growing like it is out there, and it's growing every day.
So you don't just show up at these schools thinking, I'm in.
Right. And I remind them of that when we start in the fall. I said, guys, part of the reason we're training all winter is to have you ready for those tryouts. We hit every week, a couple times a week, and I try to do pitchers and catchers as well, have them throw, trying to prepare them for those tryouts. But I remind them, you got to do a little on your own too, because you're going to hit and pitch more than you ever have on those high school tryouts. And I try to prepare them for not only what they're going to see physically, mentally as well.
I think it's a cool thing. You start putting, kids at that freshman level making their high school teams, being that part, being those guys that are whatnot, that translates to success. And then what does that look like? Because it's like looking at Ellsbury's senior team.
Yes.
Now, there's some kids that have come over from club, fine, fantastic. But, I mean, you've got some guys, some serious dudes over there.
They do. They're a well-built team this year. They are incredible.
And they pick some up that way, but yet I love the fact, and as you alluded to, Kent Getsy, last year he had that team, but a lot of those kids have played Legion ball with him.
Yes.
All the way up through. So that's what I think is important, is those freshman kids, these freshman teams, sticking with that, being a big part of their high school teams, coming back in the summer playing Legion ball. That's where that's got to focus, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and that's our goal. We want them. I support them. My high school players, you can ask them. I'm retired now. I was a fireman for 30 years, so I have plenty of time on my hands. So when my kids make the high school team, I show up to their games to show them their coach is supporting them for the summer.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Yeah, and I like to. I love to watch baseball. So yeah, I go to all their games. But I encourage them anyway. Any high school activity, do it.
Yeah,
that's what I want them to do.
Well, and the cool thing is we work with the GAC, and we do a GAC game of the week.
Yes.
We live stream.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've heard that.
And we were at the GAC Classic, so we see all the teams. And we got to see North Point, Holt.
Yes, sir.
We were at Timberland with them and Francis Howell. Always enjoyed that. Those two.
Francis Howell was always our
rival.
Not
not Francis Howell, but Francis Howell Central.
Oh, yeah. But I went to Holt, too.
Back
in the day.
Yeah, there you go. And that's the thing. So I think it's great. And that's why I love seeing this. Seeing the kids here and then seeing the kids there. And being able to understand where they came from, their process.
Yes.
And I think that's cool.
I love it too. Yeah. And I try to support them any way I can. I'm big on their high school activities. I tell their parents that I want them to do things in high school. It's a short 4 years. Enjoy every minute of it. It's just as important as baseball that they're getting what they can out of that as well.
The other part of, I think, the American Legion experience is that, post 323, how much have you guys been able to integrate, that part of it? Because I think there's a big part of community within American Legion Baseball.
Yeah.
So how have you integrated the post and working and bringing the kids into that as well?
Well, the post has been so generous to us on the way they support this team financially, and their members are coming to games this year. They have a social media guy as well I talk to all the time. He wants to know our scores, and he posts it, keeps all the members up to date. They have, like I said, we need, when the uniforms, tournaments, whatever, they're always there to support us. So it's the best organization around. And we also, I involved the kids this year. We decided, I call it the Boy Scout way. We believe in giving back a little bit too, because
got to, right?
we do. I mean, they support us so well financially. So we did a giant trivia night and just handed them all the proceeds.
Oh, that's
Said,
cool.
here you go to the post. Yeah, and it's support, of course, baseball, but we gave them all the money that every dime we earned went to the post, and we wanted to give back because we believe in kind of earning our keep as well.
Did the kids ever get involved in going to the post? Like when I know there's the dinners that some of these posts have on a night. Do they help out? Do they go and talk to the veterans?
We have supported the dinners, like going to buy and eat some of them, but yeah, things like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool because if the kids do take the time to talk to some of these people.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yes. Well, we had one of our members pass away this year, and he was a big supporter of baseball. And I made sure the guys knew about it. We did a moment of silence for him before the game, and then I talked about it in the pregame, what this guy meant to our post, and just to let them understand what this veteran, and he was a veteran of, I can't remember which foreign war, but it was one. And I made sure they knew that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That to me is, I think, a big part, and making sure, because when I've talked with other coaches and whatnot, and that's been a big part. The kids being part of that community as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
And knowing, hey, these are people that have been in real soup.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
We're on a baseball field.
My father was a Marine, and I'm very pro-military, and he was at the tail end of the Korean War, so
Absolutely.
Yeah, he told me plenty of stories.
You guys looking for the success? What do you at this point? I know wins and losses are I don't look at wins and losses so much just to say that's successful. Of course, everybody wants that result.
Oh, absolutely.
But right now, as you're going through this process, continuing to grow, where are you measuring your successes?
Well, the big success for us right now is the program growing. It is. We started basically with a team and added a couple other kids, and now we're having tryouts every year with a bunch of kids where you actually have to make cuts and things like that. The interest is there. We went from one team to two now, so the program's growing. It is getting more successful, and yes, we definitely want it to translate into wins and losses eventually. And it's getting better. Like I said, the freshmen have had a pretty good year this year. The seniors, I believe, would have too if we could have stayed healthy, but it just, that's baseball. But we really think it's going well. Of course, we want to be Washington one of these days because they are just an incredible.
What? No.
Yeah, they're just an incredible self-sustaining program, and that's the way I want it to be eventually. But we'll keep grinding like we do. And
yeah, was that red team's 24-2?
Yes,
freshman squad.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys played them?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we played them.
How'd you do?
They were actually pretty close games in a couple of
So you competed well.
We did compete well, yes, we did, and we played them I think a couple times in tournaments too. We've probably seen them 4 times, I would say.
But you know what? That's the old adage: iron sharpens iron.
Oh, absolutely. If you play the best, you get better, and we're getting better.
I think that's the best approach a coach can have, especially building a program, is guys.
Yeah.
This is the level we want to get to.
That's where we want to be. Exactly, these guys. And I tell them they're the best. So you knock off the best. You know, St. Peter's has a good program too. And my freshman did beat them in one league game.
And
that was a big accomplishment. Yeah.
Say a post, Rick Reno's squad, his third, that freshman team is playing very good baseball.
Rick has a really good program too. St. Peter's is very good.
And Rick's done that one for a long time.
Yes,
Even
he has.
back when my son was playing ball and stuff, so that program's been there quite a while.
I think Kent in Washington's approaching like 30 years, I think he said.
So,
I think
right?
so, yeah, something like that.
Goodness.
That's incredible.
Doesn't seem to be slowing down much.
Nah, he's still rolling. Talk to him all the time too.
And they've got kids, playing ball in college across the board there. I think it's fantastic what's going on. Yeah. And, these are the things that I think will help the program. Success does garner opportunity, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And the more successful you are, the more the word will get out.
Absolutely.
But, we're still grinding through it. I think we've had a pretty good year for this team coming together on the fly, the freshmen. I mean, we did tryouts, put it together, and they've played pretty well. I'm very proud of them. And like I said, my seniors, too, they fought hard. We've had a couple games where it was, with so many injuries, we were down to 9 kids for the game, but they still got through it. And there's some darn good ball players on that team.
Yeah.
There really is.
Well, if you're competing in the GAC, you got to play.
Absolutely,
play a little ball.
And I had several of those on there. Yep.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
That's what this is about. I love the thought process. I think it's the opportunity too, as you move into how do you get yourself in position, and you've won a playoff game, with the freshmen. Who'd you guys beat?
We beat New Haven.
Okay.
Yep. Beat them.
They're a new pro. That was their first
fairly
year.
new program too. Yeah.
With that freshman
had
squad.
Had some good games against them, but we got the important playoff game, and tonight we play Ellsbury at 6 p.m.
Ooh.
Yep. So we're moving on to the next round.
Boom, baby. That's tonight?
That's tonight. Yes,
Where's that at?
In Ellsbury. They've had to split the fields due to weather. We were all supposed to play in Washington, but 2 rainouts in a row kind of changed the plan.
Yeah, that hurricane touching land didn't help, did it?
Kind of messed us up. Yeah. We've been off for 2 days. We should have been playing we should have played Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
And so here we are Wednesday, and we're still trying to get them in.
Yeah. The state's coming. Oh, it's next week, right? The state tournament?
Yes.
State tournament starts, I believe, on the 15th, right?
Right around there. 15, 18, somewhere in there, yeah.
I'm gonna pull this up here. I know. I should know because I put it on the website.
Yeah.
There you go. The brain sometimes.
We just take them one day at a time.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, state tournament starts on the 15th
Yes,
for and it's down at Cape Central High School.
Yeah.
So
all our games have to be finished pretty quick. So
yeah, it's getting
by this week. Yeah, they do. So that's why there's playing at Washington and Ellsbury tonight, and I think there's at least 4 games going tonight. I believe.
Well, it looks like the weather will cooperate.
Beautiful today. Yes, sir.
Yeah, will cooperate. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
And you got to keep us posted on what's going on.
Oh, we'll do. Absolutely. I appreciate all the time you've given me. It's been great.
Oh no, this is great. This is. Because I knew it was coming back. You reached out with some other opportunities.
Yeah.
We talked, and I was like, man, you got to come on the show.
Yeah, I was like, that's great.
Absolutely.
I've enjoyed it.
We're definitely that's what Legion Baseball Talk is about. We are working to get just to talk. It's baseball, and I think American Legion Baseball has been so much a part of the fabric of baseball in general that I'm glad that it's keeping going. There's a place, for all this baseball. People go, well, we the clubs, this, that, and that. It's not a matter of that. American Legion Baseball is a club base. It's club baseball.
And it's been around forever.
It's the original club baseball.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is the original.
So you can't say, it is club baseball. It's just a different brand of club baseball.
I would say bring your team and play Washington for a week and see.
see
they
what you can
compare.
do.
Yeah, see what
Or
they can do.
Ellsbury,
Yeah, or any of those teams,
or
yeah.
go over to Sedalia. Go over, some of these teams right now.
I'd stack those teams against anybody.
They're playing really good baseball, and
really good.
across the way, Alton in Illinois, Aviston, the Express, they've had good teams. Danville over in Illinois. So we're watching a lot of this, and then the All-Star game.
Yeah.
At Busch last year was a great game. This one, the offensive explosion. So it was a lot of fun to watch that and be part of those.
And it's a lifetime memory for the guys who played in it.
Yeah.
mean, it's incredible.
I'm just waiting for the first kid to hit one out of Busch. It almost happened again. Tyler Bizzle, the first year, he's at Missouri S&T. The first year, he hit one foul. It had the distance. Oh man, I'm trying to remember the young man's name this year. Oh my goodness, I'm. That's terrible, Brian. Hang on. You know what? I've got all of that right here. I know I'm going to know this kid's name because I'm on the website.
Yeah.
I know who wasn't Kenny. Was it? No. Caden Merrill. That's who it was from DeSoto. He turned on one and just went foul, and he had this big grin. He's like,
he knew he almost had it. Yeah.
Man. And, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Imagine hitting a home run in Busch Stadium.
Where you grew up watching the Cardinals, that would be incredible. Yeah.
I don't care if you had a Cardinal uniform on or not.
Nope.
Hey,
It's still a home run, right?
I hit a home run at Busch, baby.
You
Exactly. So
Absolutely.
there's a lot of great stuff. Thanks a lot, Darrell.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting you, and I really enjoyed it. I can talk baseball forever if you can't tell.
Hey, well, that's what we do.
Yes, what we do, right?
So, folks, if you're in the area, if you're, check it out. Where can they get a hold of you?
You can call me for tryouts at 314-706-1798.
Write that down, Drew. Make sure we put that up for them. Do you guys have a particular website? Do you have social media that people can go to?
Yeah,
and check
I've
you
been
guys
posting it all over Facebook. I posted on the St. Louis Metro site that's on Facebook. Going to post it through you guys soon.
Yep.
My social media guy with the post itself is posting it everywhere. So
Very good.
they can go to Wentzville Post 323, and the flyers are on there as well, just for our American Legion post.
There you go.
That's there.
There you go. I love that. Love the support there. So make sure you check that out if you're in Holt, Liberty, Timberland, or North Point,
Or St. Dominic.
Go check it out. If you're interested in American Legion Baseball, Darrell's got you. Darrell Daily, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it, sir.
Absolutely. Folks, thanks for tuning in. Do appreciate it very much. If you like what we're doing, please take a moment, hit the subscribe button down there. Hit the dinger next to it, because that's what we do. We hit dingers. The only thing it doesn't score a run, but it does get you notifications.
I like that.
It's a good thing either way, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's what we like. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate all our supporters, all of our American Legion supporters. Our two of our biggest live streams have been the 2023 and the 2024 All-Star Games from Busch. So
That's
we
awesome.
appreciate all you American Legion fans. Make sure you're subscribed, because we are going to be live streaming the 2024 AAA State Championships from Jim Moran Field. Got to give a shout out Jim Moran over there, Fight Baseball, and in Blue Springs, Missouri. So we're excited about that. That's in about 2.5, 3 weeks, starting on the 28th, July 28th. So thanks again, folks. Everybody have a great day in the Lord. All you pitchers, keep throwing strikes. And hitters, got some advice for hitters?
Hit the fastballs right down the middle. Don't take them.
That's
Too many taking fastballs. Hit them.
good advice. We'll see y'all next time.